Hi everybody, this is the second part of the mouthpiece warm-up, which now becomes a mouthpiece and trumpet warm-up. So we just had 5, 10 or 15 minutes break with a good coffee, some breathing exercises, and the second part you will notice actually is just to expand the range and to transport what we just developed to the whole entire register without any effort. And that will become a habit. You will notice that after some weeks. We start there where we finished, same approach, no tasting, focusing the aperture and then not changing it again. We just modify the exercise a little bit and add a pentatonic. You can add at the end if you want. That slight gliss fifth, which we know from the buzzing basics from Jim Thompson. So now my suggestion is when we go up chromatically, same thing in between all the different keys. We just do breathe in, breathe out. Very natural. In one octave we have 13 half steps, so you do this 13 times. In 2 octaves you do it 26 times. If you play a warm-up over 3 octaves, well, you did this already in a very abundant way, and it becomes a habit, same way. So you literally will forget how to not breathe or how to breathe in an intense way. So, next thing with the trumpet, at the beginning might be tricky because of the pedal notes. Don't play loud, just do exactly the same what you do with the mouthpiece. Again. And so on. So what you will start to develop is not only that you don't change anything, that you find the perfect aperture. You will notice if you don't do it by moving your lips, the only way to produce higher notes is by speeding up the air. And there's 2 ways to do that. One is through the compression of your body. So that is something which you will develop. You develop that through breathing exercises and also other things. And the other thing is through the tongue position. So the tongue position will, of course, change now when we go into the middle and the higher register. And there's a suggestion which I have. Just try it. When you play the last bit, this little pentatonic ending, imagine you play the air, you blow the air down to your tongue. It's just a metaphor, because physically that's impossible. The air goes there, of course. But what actually happens is you lift the tongue. So when you do this, I just skipped several things. And that will avoid with the time that you start squeezing or pushing or pressing. You just keep it there where it is and change the speed of the air. And that will develop a very efficient way of playing. So you develop these 2 resources or speeding up the air. One is through really compressing the air, and the other is through speeding it up within the mouth by changing the tongue position. But it all happens in a very natural way, as I said before. It's like a game. So you approach through all these things like it would be a game. So it's always pleasant, it's never stressy, and the intention becomes the habit. So we skip, you go on, you get into the higher register. And eventually, it depends where you are in your development, you might get to a register where it's maybe not that effortless anymore, and you stop. You do it until there. And every day you don't push it, but you play with it, right? So you play with it until where can you play without pushing it? You don't want to do nothing like that. So when you get to a higher register, always make sure that the first note, the note tasting, is really in its spot. So if you miss it, nothing happens, nobody dies, but you want to fix that. If something like that happens because it's too lazy, you might do it until the C, the high C, or you might go further, and you might want to try it only with exercise, only with mouthpiece, or only with trumpet. That's up to you. My suggestion is do it with trumpet and mouthpiece. You will notice a lot of things. I do that on purpose. There's this little break between the C and C sharp D up there with the mouthpiece, where it might take some weeks until you actually can play through that, but you don't play through that by force or by strength. It's like a little channel in your mouth, which you will find. And then if you do that, the higher register will open up to you. So make sure that that first note is really in its spot. So, same thing. Okay, and you can take this as high as you want or as easygoing as you want. The important thing is that you develop every day at the beginning of your day well, the virtues of playing the trumpet. Breathing well, not having a break between breathing in and breathing out, having an embouchure really stable, having the lower lip in its place, not inside, having the aperture not too open, developing the tongue levels and the compression of the air. So that is the idea of this exercise. After that exercise you do some 20 or 30 minutes break, and basically then you start your day, and you will notice that is actually much more than enough to warm up. Okay, well, see you soon. Bye bye. By the way, this is Liam. Liam is my warm-up assistant. He is he's a little pissed off now because he needs daddy. He's not my assistant, he's actually the boss.